Alright, welcome back everybody to the God's Miracles show. I almost pluralized all of that because I kind of want to, but I know it looks kind of hard. This is for the OPM position and all the alliances I can get in this video here. So we ranked 26. There's probably like 100 alliances on here, so that's really good considering we just started in February. And we have a great team. I appreciate all of them. And of course, ENT is still at the top. That makes me sick. They've been, like a super stacked team. And they're all banding together. Well, it's okay. There's actually not a much difference. Like even if you win first place forever, your ships are not gonna be stronger. You're not gonna win every battle. You're not any happier. You're not any wealthier or poorer than anybody. So I forget that sometimes. And I am sorry if I accuse ENT of something they didn't do or members, but there's just some that are getting a little too greedy. You gotta share that first place. We gotta do something about that. Now we're ranked this time a little lower, but we took it easier, relaxed. I think we all got more sleep. We all ate, we partied. Freaky FLX got first place. Let's take a look at my alliance members. Like, all my scores are there. So I got second, man. I feel like I'm retired Jordan here. I'm behind like LeBron here, or Kobe. So Conte was leading the team there with 900,000 points, almost a million. I got like 450. Here's the rest of the team here. Shea, 300. Fred, 325. Kylie, 252. Queensman, 255. Freaky, 182. And he's been leading for a long time too. Now this is actually my second count, only 50,000. Technically my third is on this list too, but it's not actually one I participated in. So I mainly just worked on my first account, which is normal, So we got another set of events. So that's the OPM thing here. So let's put this all together and save me time. Now if you want to start watching the video, fine. Thanks for watching. Thank you for viewing. I'll see you in the next video. But if not, let's continue here. So these are the ones for the night. The reset's coming about 11. Now this makes the most sense, sort of. Like it would make more sense to be at like 7 or 8. So that people, but the problem is this goes across all time zones in the world, right? And I'm thinking like, if we could time it where each person had the same time, but in each time zone was still, be able to participate. And the other thing is if you didn't want to be in this system, you could get the same rewards, regardless of when you logged in. Now you're a casual gamer, you just play 15 minutes at a time, you skip a day or two and then you come back, so which a lot of players are. I am sometimes, but not recently, or I was in many other games too. So we still got data extraction here. I got a bunch of missions I want to do. There's only a day and 23 hours, so that kind of worries me. Well, let's see if data extraction has some nice stuff. Now there's really cool uncommon gas amounts for other stuff here, but here, so you got independent credits here. I kind of missed out on that, so I didn't want to waste all my armadas just for a little uncommon gas, because I know in the long run I can always get more gas if I really need to, but like getting armada credits in this system currently is pretty tough. Because you only get allowance of buying it once a week, and even if you had more, there's only so many armadas, in the whole galaxy. Probably less than 300, maybe less than 200, not including the ones that people actually finish, and then it takes a while for them to respawn. Now that work's actually done by software maintainers, or what we call writers or programmers, and people that are maintaining the information on the server. Now this game could be completely run offline without the server too. So and things could be programmed like you've seen in Battlefield 2. I had no internet connection, no Wi-Fi. I can actually take the Wi-Fi modem out safely and it would still run. But this stuff is actually recorded and can be reused for that system. So you can still have the same fun, see same people's names, but then when you log in, it's back to live, you know what I mean? So that's a cool option that will be in the future, and I don't know when. So, yes, I work with Scopy. And I also work with Nintendo. And I hope to work with all the game companies, to be honest, but I just got to do them in the right order and finish what I started, and then start, other things that I've been trying to do. So now the rest I might just give to somebody else completely and be like just an assistant or advisor, but there's so many ideas I have, and this is, something I want to do for the rest of my life. I've always been happy to do that. Even sports in real life, I like to. So, yep, trying to keep this clean. So, now I'm gonna try to unload this mining ship here because overnight there's a tendency that you're gonna get blasted off a rock. Especially if it zeroes out and all this stuff. Even if it's not zeroed out, you're just not there and you're the easiest target. Or not you, but your ships are, right? But you feel like it's you. So it's better to actually unload and go with the cheapest ship, if you want to be completely safe and save every single repair, just not mining at night is an option. But the problem is when you wake up, you're going to be short a whole rock of resources, and that adds up to be a lot. In the long run, it doesn't matter. You're going to mine so fast during the day, you don't need it at night, and you'll be free. But in the short term, it's real tough to keep up with that. So this is all just something I'm doing for now. But maybe, once I get 2 horizons and enough resources saved, I don't need to do this anymore. So, but I'm under like 1 million, for red ore. And I know I need to refine a lot. Now this rate is not working right at all. It's literally like 0% on 2 resources. And the minimum is only 1 resource. And sometimes a single digits for a lot. It's like rare is always single. Uncommons like 1 or 2, but the lowest one like 11. Now 10's only the lowest of the lowest, but that's like the second lowest. So, which is ridiculously bad. Like the refinery should work. You should always have 100% refinery, or at least 50%. Like the stuff where it's so low for the whole game is just like amazing. That so few people talk about that. But that's the whole reason where the miners get hit, and one of the core reasons you kind of see like the major second reason there. Now I'm trying to go in the events here because there was one where there was a lot of uncommon gas and I wanted it, and I made that another video. So I think there's one of these launch Armada ones. So you can't burn all your Armadas to grab the reward. And that would help me get my Mayflower's shield upgrade. I'd be happy about that. But if I needed more Armadas for some more valuable stuff, you know what I mean, or for fun with my guys, I'm gonna be kind of short-handed. Now I have 2 accounts that have Armada credits, so I just realized that I could have, used all the ones on the first account and rebuild that supply. But there's a lot of extra work to do that. It takes a long time to do all Armadas. You can only start one at a time, but I think your other ships can participate in other people's Armadas in your alliance. But that gets pretty complicated, especially when you're trying to guard your ships and then you're a possible target like I am. So, because there's been some people who have seen my videos, I post in the chat, my channel sometimes. And it's free, so it's not an advertisement really, it's like a donation. So Now I do ask for a donation in the description, and if that PayPal link doesn't work, please email me, and my Google Pay does work. So I do plan to return all of it, you know, principal or whatever works for you, and then the so-called interest and stuff is stuff I actually have to find. So we'll start with that. I don't want to get into the usury, and that doesn't make sense for me to give more that I don't have yet. So, like, I do the stock thing, but I have made a little bit of money from stocks, but it was never enough to pay like a full salary for a month. So that's where the Klingon hunt thing just happened. I don't know what that is. So I can't find it here. Was it like the extraction date, I think? There's one event where I saw like 50 uncommon here. So, oh, I'm passing in Romulan space. So I didn't know my ship was flying. Honestly, what was going on? See, the thing is, when you X out here, it's so slow on any device, and this is a freaking 2.5 gigahertz, you know, newest Intel, you know, thing. So, oh, it's because of the automatic fire. It's like, okay. So you're kind of stuck here. You can't do much. You know. Okay, it's not worth being blown up for just 9K red ore. I can do it all early tomorrow, so I'm just gonna recall the ship. So it's kind of peaceful, you know, just to have one nice little ship out. And the other thing is you gotta communicate with these guys that are hitting you so hard. Now that you need this one rock, please don't hit it. You know, it's not zero node, which it shouldn't make a difference. Like if I mine really slow, but it's not zero node versus, you know what I mean? Like my individual rules as owner of these ships are different, and you got to keep a record, and you got to hit somebody like, now make an agreement like, okay, we got to overload it, like to take this from you, but then it costs them so much. You know, you should be working on your own mining. I don't understand like running around for 20 minutes and only getting like the same amount of resources, but everybody now has to pay damages for you to get that result, and now you feel guilty, but then you gotta pay it all back to everybody. But if you mine it yourself, you don't have to pay anybody back. And you save all the costs of the lithium, speed ups, platinum, and you don't have to click the damn thing like 50 times. You gotta click a lot more and use more energy to run the heck around, you know? So, like, viewing it from that major point, you see, you're not really saving anything. So, alright, so I think we're good on almost everything. Now, I don't want to burn any more speed ups, even though I have 600 1-hour speed ups. That seems like a lot, but like I know I got some really long tier ups for like at least 3-4 ships, and each one's like 5 days. So that's almost 96 hours each. Plus I got, you know, stuff I got to speed up on the buildings and stuff sometimes to make it fit within the daily goal range. So I don't want to waste all that. I'm really glad I'm almost done here. So thank you to all your guys, all your prayers, all your intentions, all your good intentions, all your support. You know, everybody's been really positive. You know, thanks to everybody who works for you too as well. So there's a debt collector. Shit, this. Well, this is pay your debts, right? And this is pretty much the year to do it. Every year, every day is a year of Jubilee, a day of Jubilee. You know, old debt is just whatever. But it's like our software is not very smart, A. And then our concept that we teach and kind of what we believe in is like all over the place, you know. Why is the horizon here? Okay, this is not the ship I want to use. Now, please understand that the Horizon is not the best ship to attack things, even at tier 6. It's strong. I could get it up to 300k right now if I really, really wanted to, but it's not worth it because it's still going to be very weak. Now, if you go up in levels like in your 30s, you know, your Horizon almost maxed out is very strong against ships that are like 300K, like a tier 5 or 6 block. And this is actually a tier 7, but I don't have all the upgrades, so it's like 7.2, or whatever you want to call it. It has like maybe 2 upgrades or 3. Now this deck collector ship, we're going to take a closer look at this. This is 133 power. There are some games where you get a ton of specs on here. But it's nice that it's simple. It's just, I just kind of miss having details of the ship. So, and it's all automatic, so this is quick, like a lot of mobile games. So it's actually 5 seconds battle, a couple more seconds to click, and then it takes a few seconds for the ship to stop. So you're looking at a minimum of 10 real seconds here. So, and then sometimes the thing doesn't pop up, but I understand, with these units being buggy and crashes and stuff, it's better that it doesn't always go on automatic. Now you can recall. That's real nice. 8 bars of Latinum too, so real cool. Because, the Latinum is not wealth in this game. It's actually something that you gotta use to get your ship parts. Because it's so hard. Now you could try to card every day, you would still have not enough ship parts. But if you got a card, go ahead and spend it. But if you regret it or you're not happy, please ask for the refund. But be careful, because when they refund it, the resources were stuck in the ship and everything. When the operators or supporters press a button for that, and they're nice enough to let you keep everything and do whatever, that's different. But if it messes up your game a little, like, be aware that, what they press on that side, they don't know what's going to happen on the other side, on your side. So it's better and smarter to back everything up, find your own save file, and edit it, or edit the copy of it, and then test it. They should be doing the same thing, to be honest. But better than just trying to get everything done. So now, most likely they just give you like a monetary refund and just let you keep the stuff that you spend on them if it's a small amount. So. And usually it's just a small refund. I might refund one thing but not the other. But which is a major financial issue for this game, but almost everything now. We can't get the prices we really need. And a lot of people can't get access to their own credit now, their own cash credit, their own even physical cash. So it's been tough. Well, tough decade. So, the last 10, 20 years, there hasn't been a lot of easy moments for me. So people who do have it easy, I just find that amazing. But then, they don't have the tenacity. It's hard for them to accept tough situations, because they don't have the understanding and wisdom to get there. So, like billionaires who have been rich so long, like the way they speak is from a view of somebody who always has enough money. So there's no way they can understand things until they're basically poor, for a long time. But someone that doesn't happen for those people. That's who they are now. But in the next life, there's that verse in the Bible that says that you're the first and the last and the first kind of thing, which, that seems like a good thing. Seems about fair. So like all us poorest guys will somehow be the wealthiest later on. I always wonder, how long does that last? Hey, and what kind of crap am I going to go through if that happens? So, I want to think about the benefits and the good things and the happy parts and all the nice, and being able to help people, I guess, more, but like it never seems to be enough. The person can't help themselves, and for the moment, it's tough on you. It's not everything, but it's a little hard to watch or even hear about. So for this mission here, which I don't even remember what the name is, what does it say here? Let's see. Name of the mission disappears from the waypoint. Fortunately, it's not on top of the screen and something obvious like in some space games or adventure games. But it's pay your debts too. So most likely all these missions just have numbers after them, which is not bad. So I kind of like that. It's a little boring, but it makes sense. Easy to read. So get mud in position. Oh, we click on this thing. This is actually kind of cool. You see all the dialogue. So if you're a story writer, you like to learn, save this stuff. It's nice, you know. And you have my permission because YouTube's copy is owned by me. You know, this is my voice, my computer, my account. So you have my permission to use it now. If you can't, go to Y2Mate directly on this website. And you can reuse the screens, whatever you want. Like Now on Shell or Red, that can use it, or even Gene Roddenberry. Yeah, I can imagine Patrick Stewart, William Shatner. Now I always want to remember who Counselor Troy, like her and her twin sister, like what their names are. I always thought she was the most beautiful woman in Star Trek of that show. But like when you watch not the new one, but the first one, you're like, wow. But you know, they're all beautiful. So yes, I think they're all hot. And I would actually like to have a nice cup of coffee at a cafe with her, just you know, on a comfortable, good day, and just listen to her speak and ask a few questions. It'd be amazing. Now after that, what happens? Well, no, it's nighttime. You know, who wouldn't? Like she's so hot. So, all right, now pay your debts here, part 2. So there's another waypoint. Thank God it's in the same mission. 28 seconds. I love it. It's all automatic. I'm going in a straight line. This ship here. Actually, I can turn these off here. Now I go full screen. Part of the problem is it lags harder. So I'm just gonna close that. And I'm only running this emulator, so this should be a smoother video than the last one. The last one I was kind of stuck running 2 because I was trying to work on both accounts. Now that does make the computer work harder, which is not good. So please, if your desktop isn't able to handle it, or you don't got like enough RAM to do it long, just don't do it. You know, just run one account at a time. So, or get a second device, you know, a strong, reliable one. Now, if you're wondering how do I find the good stuff on eBay, I actually just use the filters. You know, I type in the right stuff in the search, then I filter out the brands that I know through experience. You know, the ones I have the best luck, even if all of them are good at a certain, like some of them, but like half the stuff is going to be crap, some is damaged, some you think you can fix, but they're not going to tell you everything that's missing. And it will literally take you like a year or more to find every little part, or a whole month. And so if you can't wait that long, just get one that works. Like the stuff where you want to make your own and put it together, you can do it on the side. But if you're down to one computer that doesn't work, like just go with the one that works. And you know, you can get a solid one usually for about $150. So like a laptop, even a desktop. You know, you keep shopping, you'll find the price you need. Now, if you like other websites, like Amazon sells a lot of good stuff too, or SD, or you know, Best Buy, Walmart.com. I bought stuff from all of them, so they all got good things. There's many other websites like here in Vietnam that are good too, like whatever. But you got to be able to navigate it and test it out. You know, so I hope things go well for all of us. But you know, I'm really always kind of ached and kind of a little sad, but mostly happy that I've lost some really good items I used to have, like that power supply, which I put a Federal Bureau of Investigation report on it. So, but I'll still have to do all the work to track it down myself. So, We all work for the FBI, guys. So now some people are gonna argue with you about that, but you know, like, who else is gonna do the work with me? Now the items, I will blame myself. I lost it because I don't have like a metallic suitcase and just some bad luck sometimes, you know, that has like a freaking, you know, like metal, iron, like welded thing on it, you know, that's indestructible. But like, I should get a better case. But the other thing is like, sometimes I get in a situation where it just doesn't go well. Now we all have had things taken from us, so I wish everything could be returned, but you find out those people need it for a while and it does get ruined. But those people are ruined, or maybe worse off than you and me. You know, I really believe they are worse off. So you have to, you know, like they say in the Bible by Jesus, you know, pray for your enemies, have mercy on them, give them food, give them clothes if they need it, you know, give them what they need. Now I'm getting a phone call here. Let's see. This is my girl, if you're wondering who it is. She's in some of the videos. Huh? Yeah, ganun sa man. I'm just gonna try to lam mission jut and vibe of loading on there. And one ra one sa. Ra tham ăn chuti. Okay, she just literally hung up, I think. So, my girl is pregnant. So, yeah. She's gonna deliver in a couple months, so I'm kind of worried about that, but I believe I can be well prepared. Oh, Space Lord is here. Hey. Yeah. Wow, his North Star is so strong. No, he's one of our newest members, so let's type to him. See, I have a mistake when I type. I repeat the same ones because I just can't focus very well. My fingers seem to go be faster and faster than my mind. So I can get a perfect typing score, but it takes so much patience to do it. It's hard now. Yeah, it's a bit of a weakness I have. And most of the time I can type it perfect. Just once in a while a little off. Which is normal, right? You know, people that spell everything perfectly when they type, I don't feel like they're normal. It's like a baseball player that hits every single home run or always hits the ball. Like it doesn't feel true or real, right? There's something wrong there. Now, so if you're new to this system, when you recall the system, oddly, any ship can be recalled. So I could technically just go with the Horizon or whatever, but I'm doing this to keep it safe, because this dialogue here that actually blocks you from controlling what's in the background, right? Even though I can click, and I can use my mouse, thank God, because it's actually the same as like the touch screen. Or, you know, not the same exactly, but it does execute the, you know, kind of the go button, you know, the go command or whatever you want to call it, the enter key. So, alright, now it says pay your debts 3. Wow, more stuff here. More Latin. Cool. I really like these missions, they're easy, so it's fun. I just wish I could hear Mud talk or see a cutscene, hello, or be safe during a cutscene. It's like, if you don't keep your ship in dock, even when you're just a level 5, 6 player, there's people who are basically PvP hunters looking for stray or easy targets. So. And you find that almost in all online games. So there's very few that like, except I guess for even chess is still like hunting down pawns and kings and queens, so and bishops and stuff. So it's not exactly the best. So I mean, we could play more interesting games like Connect 4 or whatever. But I've never been able to play that. Even Mousetrap online would be fun. But like Mousetrap in person is more fun. Especially if people are happy and sing. Good food, good company, patient, relaxed. So this is not bad. I'll be set up pretty good for tomorrow. I got a Horizon ready to go. You know, I'll make sure one tip is if you need a certain mining crew, you want to keep them off the ship at least. If you have any possibility of reusing it. Now, I make one mistake sometimes. I keep the mining crew on an attack ship, and later on I'll need it because I forget I only got 6 mining people, but I have 4 docks now. And you start off with, I think, 2, and then you build a third one at like level, I think, 20 or 18, like somewhere around there. And then you get up to your 4th one here at like level 28. Operations, so building upgrade. So but you have ops before that, but it's a lower level. Also, when you do that, you actually then have to do Fleet Commander 3, and then you can build your dry dock. Which surprisingly, it's level 1, but it takes a long time. Because the original level 1 or level 1 dock here at like C is real fast. It's like seconds. And then the weird thing is you use 2-star resources again, which you forget. But for me, it's been so long. I've never done it. I've only got this 4th dock on this one account. So, all right, this ship's all the way back out. Maybe I should have used this trick to save more time, but it's okay. It gives me time to relax and kind of enjoy. Well, it's been a nice day. Well, the 12th is a good day for me. Now, superstitious things related to numbers and stuff, it does affect things. There's an up day, there's a down day. So it's not only superstition, it's real life. So you want to not believe it, but when it happens, it can be tough. Now today, if I had time, ideally I would have used the VDAR to collect some inert nanoprobes and all this, but there's no immediate need. This event might go through to the next 2 months, the outlaw arc. So the official statement is something, but I do believe in this software is actually the schedule of the future in there in a package. So if we can find the container, the file, we might be able to get a readout and you could see the schedules for the rest of the year, even for the whole decade. So, but you kind of feel like, the pattern is the same. Like the arcs start like in the first days of the month. So sometimes it starts on the 6th. I remember that was the last one, the last Bork one. And then before that, this one started like on the 2nd and 3rd of the month. So it follows the calendar. And you just want to be ready. So I'm really happy I've gotten everything done. I'm soon going to be able to go to bed and have a nice sleep. Because it's been hard staying up to 2 a.m. when, you don't get the smoothest thing going on. The smoothest time here. Well, it's not the worst. I've had harder situations, so it is easier than that. Alright. Another automatic fighter that's coming up from somewhere. And this is Klingon space. Now, if you're able to balance all 3 factions somehow, okay, I gotta attack 15, 26 level ships are. Well, I could do them all now, which would be easier. Or I could wait until tomorrow and just do it at the same time of the dailies to save the most time, go to bed the earliest. But since I slept pretty good last night, I think almost 7 hours. And then I actually had like a 2-hour nap on top of that, so I feel pretty good. Let's go ahead and try to hit these 15 here. Now you're wondering why doesn't he go to bed at 11? You know, I have a trip coming up where I'm not going to be in Wi-Fi range. Can't plug this in too, so with the battery stuck a certain percentage, so I have to be prepared, you know, not to be within everything. It's a bit of a hard trip, so far distance, and I gotta carry stuff in my hand, get off a bus like twice, because you know I can't right now rent a vehicle to go straight to the destination I go to, which is weird because I pay the same money I go on the bus. So. And we don't own currently a vehicle, though we spent more than enough money to have a small vehicle here. We could also have one imported here, but then there's issues with security. You know, the vehicle being damaged or stolen, not having enough stuff here to maintain it. You know, a lot of tricky stuff, so it's hard to do. You know, I really envy people who have everything in this country because it's, you know, they make life look easy. You know, you're always on the up when you're around them. You're like, wow, that must be amazing. But, you know, I had that in America for a while, but like after 2000, it's always been hard, at least half the day. You know, sometimes it starts out easy and then it just gets hard. You know, the second I'm happy, like something just hits the fan afterwards. It's really, or not hits the fan. I kind of hate that expression, but something tips over, let's say. So, if you're wondering if I can do a British accent proficiently, no. You know, I can do it for a few seconds and I drop out. So I could try to do it if I could practice enough. I could probably hold the accent, but it would still wouldn't sound quite right, you know. Not like James Corden, who has like a genuine accent. Was, you know, that's his natural, you know, native. Like he's had that accent his whole life. But I love to meet him someday. We actually have the same birthday. Like really, but like you know, it'd be nice to actually just interview him in person or just talk together, you know, and listen. So he's a few years older than me, but our experiences are almost in the same range of life. So anybody from like, I don't know, I feel like anybody from like 25 to 45 is like the same age now. There's not a lot of 25-year-olds that haven't gone through a lot already. You know, you have to realize that. So, you always kind of had that bias growing up, but when you meet every 25-year-old, like everywhere you can possibly meet, you see they go through some of the toughest times. You know, my girlfriend is that age. You see that they have to work hard or harder than you do for some things. You know, we had the luxury of 10 better years than them sometimes, you know. So can't, not everything was better. Something was worse, like dial-up was worse. Or long distance phone calls that cost too much and not being able to call out of your area code or calling it or being able to call but getting charged too much. And there were no national plans and stuff. And that's part of the problem here in Vietnam now. And a lot of people are stuck on that on that system. They need to be able to call anybody, you know, or their family, but then we restrict them on this, like, you know, crappiest financial software in the universe. You know, it's the worst ever. I wish we'd just do this on like an Excel sheet or spreadsheet, you know, and just accept any price and somehow get the right funding from all our accounts into this stuff and just be done. It's paid forever, literally like a century or longer, like 200 years. And this crap where I gotta worry about another 50,000 bills for utilities and stuff just for myself. We're not talking about the whole family yet. Is too much. You know, it has to stop. So, and it will. No, it's gonna stop before Jesus comes. So, you know, he has to lay the road. He ain't gonna come here to build the road. so, so he's sending a lot of good people, prophets, saints, angels, humans, you know, whatever you want to call all of us. So, living beings, I guess, is a kind of a temporary term. You know, I never really liked that word. Was always confused me, but you know, whatever you want to call us. So, now these ships are pretty low power compared to this 344 watt, but enough of them can still destroy the whole hull. So, even if you get an Enterprise, it still damages a bit. So, and you're wondering about the PvP one-on-one Enterprise thing. You can lose the whole Enterprise in 5 seconds. You know, just the automatic Godfire that comes out of this thing that respawns for forever, or like at least a dozen times, you know, like 12 times. Say something new. I don't know, I wish I had some new words in English to say. So, I love learning new words, and I always have like dictionaries and stuff with me, like on my laptop, on my phone. I had a physical dictionary, like a real hard copy, up in Washington State, a brand new like Webster's dictionary, but the one that was like they say pocket size, but it's not really pocket size. It's like the 4-inch by whatever. Had like maybe 100-something thousand words on it. So I don't understand what that was. Like, there's a new event here that came up, but I don't even know what it was. Oh, cool! I got 5 points of it. Is that the last mission? There's only like 3 guys. Oh, that is a get out of sight. Okay. Get out of sight. I wish you could just move to another side of the system on like a 5-second trip, you know. But, oh, okay, it is. Like, sometimes like it says escape. Now the planet is this big, and somehow your ship is that huge. You know, and this thing is trying to track me down here. Now sometimes there's a bug where you see a ship with red thing that looks like it's pursuing, but it's not. Like 2 of them at once. Don't be surprised, you know. Actually, the thing might just be a fire that's just floating around, but it's not after you. So, but it's weird when I was going back. The ship's like this big, like Edge, the planet, but the ship's almost like the size of like a country. You know, like when you're looking at that, so it's a little odd. The other thing is, it's nice where miners did, like in Star Trek Armada, you know, miner rock, kind of go around it, or little lasers go on it, or whatever. But like, you know, it would then just automatically return your base, and you could mine, you know, near your base. So that, you know, the other thing is, if all the rocks weren't all one kind in one area, or, you know, you could actually make any kind of rock, or like all the different kinds were in one system, or most, and then a a lot of different kinds of another system instead of all this one kind. It would be really nice. This is actually a nice system that has dilithium rocks in it. That's really cool. I was trying to find a dilithium system on there in case I need it someday. Alright, so this is part 3. There's 5 parts of this mission. So we only gotta get 2 more parts. I want to rest after this. So. But a part of me is like, just finish off the mission, then you'll sleep better. Otherwise, if I go halfway, I'll worry about all sorts of issues happening to me. So it's like 35 seconds to this thing. This pursuing fighter never gives up too. Like, you can't disable it. You can't, put like an asteroid in the way for another ship. It literally just slowly moves, but actually it'll get across the screen in less than a minute. So, towards you in a direct line, or towards the point you point to, which is kind of interesting. I was trying to cut you off. So. Now the second this comes up, the dialogue comes up, and if you have a weaker ship, it's better that you don't accept or initiate the attack until you're a safe distance away. And that to prevent bugs from happening, don't click on a lot of stuff. But it used to be sometimes that people might still have this bug, it will crash on you. So, alright, it says return to your station. Let's just put recall and see if this works right. Things are working really good right now, so I'm happy. I got a pretty tough trip coming up in the winter. It's going to be hard, like it always is, but I hope it's also going to be good easy and good hard, Alright, so we got 4 minutes before I'm going to try this trick to see if it still works here. So if I go view system here, that's a little odd, but it actually does save you time. You just go out, right? Send the ship. It doesn't even have to go all the way out. You just pull down recall and let go. Now, sometimes holding down the button longer makes the software work better. So it's a more patient thing to do. Oh, that trick doesn't work anymore. Oh, it does. There you go. So you get the reward right away. And then we actually get the next dialogue. So I don't have to wait for my ship to come all the way back. So that's really nice. It does still work. That's good. It says defeat the Klingon ship. Now this is Pay Your Debts Part 4. I'm not sure how many there are in this part of the arc. The first arc here of the Outlaw missions, but we'll see. Okay, that's nice. It's only 101. This is actually in Vamet, so this is the system I'm in. Alright. So since this is only 100K, I'm going to send my Horizon, into it. I'm just going to recall this ship as at night, pirates they feel like they're faster, to be honest. So maybe it's more of your perception and your sense of time, when you're tired and you're slowing down, somebody else coming up to you, it feels like it's faster, but maybe it's really not. Alright, so we'll put the ship in. It's good to practice kind of patiently. This makes the game crash less server load, less load on your computer. Recall, return to your station. It's only 2 parts. Okay. I could have sworn I recalled the Horizon. So I'm not surprised it's not finished yet. Oh, there we go. See, the other thing is the dialogue won't come up until you get out of certain windows. So if you go into like your gifts, or if you go into your, you know, like mission button here, um, like this whole screen here, you won't, you know, it won't initiate the dialogue, and you won't be able to control your ships from here too. There are certain other things on the control panel, so like getting out of here quick is important. Sometimes they'll save your ship from the extra cost. Now I don't want to put the horizon out again, so my ship here is flying. It says Seavor. I think this is one of the new systems below like Azha. If you're wondering where this really is. Now I want to wait a few seconds here so I can target directly this waypoint, which is nice. We can actually do that. There's like other stuff, like E was a lot more strict, where if you went to a system, now you couldn't view it remotely, and you had to, you know, wait until you got there and then look for the waypoint or click a button. Freelancer is the same too, and then fly towards the thing, which is kind of fun, you know, and interesting, but it was annoying if you have to do it every single time that way. So you can see that the system is south of us, like I said, right here. Now there's not a direct path to it or more direct, like this could be connected, they all could be connected. That's kind of a roundabout path, but the time calculated is about the same. So even though it's kind of like a zigzag, well, the times are a little high on warp times, but you know, it's supposed to be more real that way. Now, if you want to be absolutely safe and you got a lot of people coming after you, it's one of those hectic days where everybody seems to be, you know, one of those guys everywhere you go, then you know, you might be more prudent and wise and view your ship from the angle you enter and look around first. You know, we got less than 2 minutes here, so you want to scan here. You know, make sure these guys here, how much power is sitting around here. This is like a Solidon. This guy has, I think, like a Legionary here. I think it used to, kind of click on rewards. Remember there's a button you could click, you can actually see like the ship kind of level and stuff, but like, okay, I don't know. Like you can see it inside of people's bases that are, when they got their ships on the dry dock or at the dry dock, it's kind of odd. But you can't see it here in space. So maybe I'm not remembering things right, but it's not there now. Alright, so we got 50 something seconds. It's literally gonna go and just suddenly appear. This kind of weird barrier, you know, which makes sense. You know, the way the game is versus like everything being connected to each other, like an EVE Online. You just let go to space forever, which was very cool, but man, it was like so much time to do. Like it was very slow and it looked amazing, but I remember staying up sometimes to like 2 a.m. and being so tired. I wanted to get my missions done, but I always had that feeling someday when I leave this game, I'll never come back, or not come back for a really long time, you know. So I just wanted to enjoy everything I could. So that was really my first intention. 100,000 dilithium. Oh, I only got 500,000. I have enough, but I use this for repairs, researches, constructions. And I'm trying not to do the next combat mission that gives me a lot of it, because if you leave it in your warehouse, people who scan your bases, they're looking for that stuff, and it's, kind of tempting to them, but it's foolish to store it there. You know, you're asking for bad trouble. So it's better never to finish those missions until you're absolutely sure that you can spend your dilithium. Now, after the first time you got them graded, everybody has those times. You'll definitely learn your lesson. But if you prevent that, and you can actually, with two accounts, if they're on the same account, raid yourself and move the resources over, I guess. Kind of, but it's hard to do, because you got to be able to go against your defense platforms. And it takes a while to set up. Then you got to put your two bases next to each other, which I already have ready, and that's part of the reason why they're close together. So it's actually pretty easy to do, even though it looks difficult. But when you really do it, you're like, it's not hard. So all these shits fly automatically, and there's other games where you always had to push the thruster button, and the shit would just stop the second you let go, or slow down and stop. So this is nice that it actually can fly automatically to a point. Well, it's not as animated, auto-animate as like Command and Conquer. Like with their Harvester, like the first game was called Harvester, but later on it's like a collector. Like it's almost all automated, which is amazing. But there are times where I wish I could stop it or do direct control or direction of it. It would be more fun and sometimes save me a lot of hassle. So like when you're playing those battle games, right, and you're trying to defeat, is so hard. The other thing is, wish you could just freaking surrender, but call it peace treaty or something, or pause the game. So it'd be so nice to have that. So I missed that. So it's nice. Oh, I'm yawning because I am tired. It really is nighttime in this part of the world. So I really miss when there was a pause game, and it's nice when you go to emulator and play like an NES game or Super NES or Genesis game. To press the pause button and just watch it and be like, oh, it really works. This is like a great thing that we're missing. So, it still, I think, exists sort of. But it's different. You press escape on a one-player game, then new ones, it goes. Sometimes it pauses, I guess, or brings the menu out and stops the game, like in Deus Ex, which is the newer games, like the original Deus Ex, so. Or even the Command and Conquer ones, so. Which is pretty much a pause, but not exactly the same thing, because the pause is actually fast. So, alright, we can do 10 hostiles right now. Oh, it's midnight. I promise I go to bed at like 11:15 or 11:10 to myself, really. So I think I'm gonna do this and not waste any more time anymore. So we're just gonna recall the ship. And that's the end of the show. There will be a theme song here, which we're gonna add, like God's miracles. Thank you for watching. Yeah. All right. So thank you for watching, everybody. God's miracles, and we'll see you in the next show. All right. It's this is An Kim Fong logging off.